We start with something that is helpful to you. It was very helpful to me, especially this weekend. Support comes from Z-Biotics. And let me tell you that this little bottle is a game changer. Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It is designed by PhD scientists to help you feel your best the morning after you drink. Now, here's the deal. When you drink, our bodies create a toxic byproduct that causes those rough mornings. Well, Z-Biotics breaks that down before it builds up. So I started using it before nights out. One of my first times was at a dinner party with friends, a couple glasses of wine. I woke up feeling fresh, no fog, no drag. It works. So as you toast, tailgate, or celebrate the season, make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, and then drink responsibly, of course. Go to zbiotics.com/lemon and use the code LEMON for 15% off of your first order. And if you're not completely satisfied, they're going to refund you, no questions asked. That's zbiotics.com/lemon. And trust me, your tomorrow self will thank you. Yes, and your tomorrow self will thank you because you're going to need it to get to the polls tomorrow, okay? Because that's what we're going to talk about now. Raise your hand in the chat if you're going to the polls, if you're going to the polls and or if you have already voted, okay? Yeah, I see you guys in there saying no CP time. Nope. I told you, it's not late because I'm late. Usually I'm changing stuff. I'm trying to get everything for you guys up to date, all right? And so sometimes things happen right before the show. And, you know, we're not a giant team, not a big, giant cable company where we can, you know, have the resources to do it. We had to do it all ourselves. We can't, like, hand it off to 18 people that have the same job titles. Okay, already voted in California. Thank you very much. And yes, on 50. Yes, yes, yes. Voted on Saturday, Willow Song. Congratulations. Okay, so everyone, please. Faithful 138, all of you. And also Love Great PYRS. Make sure everyone hit the thumbs up, please. So tomorrow, America goes back to the polls. Another election, another forecast, another so-called wave. You know, people are talking about this so-called blue wave, right? This time they're calling it blue. The wave is going to be blue. They say Democrats are riding high. They say the numbers look good. They say they look good. Love is Strode in New Jersey. Rosalina says she voted for Zohran in New York. Yes on 50. Ryder 422 in California. Okay. Hello, Pennsylvania. I see you in there voted. Okay, so great. They said that people are fed up and they're ready to send a message. We'll see. That's what they say. But, you know, I've learned to take all of those headlines with a grain of salt because we have been here before, okay? Not that I'm trying to be a Donnie Downer, not at all. But like Tina Marie said, I've been here before. Call it deja vu because we have been here before. 2018, remember? They promised a blue wave, and it came. Partly. Democrats did pick up 41 seats in the House then. That was record turnout. There was real energy there, but the Senate still stayed red. And in 2020, they said that the wave would drown Trumpism. Sadly, it didn't. Now, it just made him wetter and it made him louder because it ticked him off. And then, you know, because it remained red, he just got more boisterous and more empowered. And look at this time. I mean, come on. In 2022, they predicted a red wave. That one never even made it to the shore, that red wave, okay? So that's the pollsters. Are you guys feeling optimistic? Again, I don't want to be a Donnie Downer. I'm always just cautious. I'm not only just cautious about that, I'm also cautious about candidates. You know, I remember back when Eric Adams ran and he was, you know, out at all the clubs and people were like, I love it. I love it. I'm like, okay, let's see. You know, he's out in the clubs, but the subways look like shit. I'm just saying. So this time I'm not listening to the tide charts. I'm listening to the people. And I have been out talking to people now all over the country, really, everywhere I go. However, I've been talking to a lot of New Yorkers. New Yorkers are really energized about Mamdani, right? That's like, it's a mayoral race, but it's become a national race. The wave doesn't start on cable news. Okay. It starts in the streets. It starts in the churches. It starts on the boardwalks, in the piers of New Jersey and Pennsylvania, all of these places. It starts there. Now, I'm just saying, just say Jersey Shore, not Pennsylvania, because I used to live there. But Same thing. That's where it starts. It starts on the shore of the beaches in Florida. It starts there. In the corner stores in Baltimore, Maryland, in the classrooms where people have been quietly boiling, just taking it, and they're sick of it now. They're mad as hell. They're not going to take it anymore. I hope that's what's happening. Lots of judges in Philly. I voted by mail. Thank you, Sherry Miller, too. Thank you for your support as well. And this year, that boil feels close to the surface. It does. I have to say so. But I'm always leery of saying it's going to be a red wave or a blue wave. In New Jersey, you have Mikey Sherrill running strong there. Navy veteran, prosecutor, suburban favorite. And still, she is dragging controversy behind her like a storm cloud, right? They're asking questions about her military record, about those old academy files, about the ethics of her stock trades. I mean, she has been accused of crossing lines. Okay. That's what happens in politics. Her opponent, Jack Ciattarelli, has been called worse than her. But the issue isn't who's cleaner, it's who's honest. Because if this wave does come, it's going to carry everyone, saints and sinners, everybody alike. Remember, God gave Noah the rainbow sign. No more water, the fire next time. So when the floods came, it was everybody, saints and sinners and everybody aboard the ark. And in Virginia, Lord have mercy. Virginia, I do not envy you. I can only imagine what the ads are like, and we have some of them we're going to play for you. Virginia, Winsome Earl Sears out here calling abortion genocide, writing hand notes on bills about same-sex marriage, saying she's morally opposed, taking money from people who flirt with hate groups. Now, she is saying when they said she's against same-sex marriage and that she was discriminating against gay people, they said that she goes, that's not discrimination. It's like, then what is it if you're an American citizen and you don't have the rights as everybody else? That seems discriminatory to me. Taking money from people who flirt with the hate groups and somehow still smiling for the cameras like she is Harriet Tubman out here. Harriet Tubman reincarnated. Winsome Sears talks freedom while she's just trying to choke it out of everybody, right? I know. Thank you, Ms. Lady. Vote midterms, you got to. But you got to vote tomorrow. Winsome Sears discriminates against people, but then she quotes scripture, and then she spits on what that scripture is supposed to be like. No compassion. That's not discrimination. Then what is it, lady? Because I'm morally a Christian. That has nothing to do with the law. If you don't believe in same-sex marriage, don't marry somebody of the same sex. If you don't believe in gay marriage, don't marry a gay person. And leave everybody else alone. If you don't believe in abortion, then don't get one, but leave everybody else alone. And yet, Winsome Sears is leading rallies, collecting checks, and counting on that same old trick that people will vote for image over integrity. Crazy. And then, right here in New York, the big boom. This is the main event. This is the center ring. Right on center stage. I believe. Maybe it's just because, New York, we are so myopic. We think the world revolves around us, right? Because sometimes we do like the Zohran Mamdani stuff, and we'd go, doesn't get a lot of engagement because we think everybody's paying attention because we're all here in New York going, watching. And people around the country are like, I don't know him yet. Maybe I will. I'm not ready yet. But I think you're ready now. And then there's Zohran Mamdani up here in New York, Muslim, Ugandan born, young, defiant, energetic, good looking, well spoken, smart, all that, running an excellent campaign. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys read the news that over the weekend, he apparently had a long conversation with former President Barack Obama, who offered him all kinds of help. Obama calls Mamdani to praise his campaign and offers to be sounding board. I mean, I'm just saying. There you go right there. That is Barack Obama. You get that endorsement. That's a pretty good one. A man the establishment doesn't quite know how to categorize. And if you see all of these ham-handed, just crazy commercials, it's embarrassing. Oof, those commercials are embarrassing. The commercials, I mean, against Mamdani by Cuomo. Oof. Show you some of those and show it for our guests. By the way, we have some great guests here. It's great political reporters. Going to break it down, everything you need to know. So they don't really know how to categorize him. They've been calling him radical because, he talks about rent control and affordability, and they think, giving away free stuff. That's what they think. And, public transit, like free buses. Okay. So, they call him radical because he talks about those things like they're human rights. They call him dangerous because he believes billionaires shouldn't decide, I should say, who sleeps under a roof. But he's controversial too. The Knicks sent a cease and desist for using their logo in an ad. The tabloids went after his old college paper work like it was Watergate, right? That's why running for office is, they go into all of your shit. And through it all, he's kept talking about justice, even when it made people uncomfortable. He's got a lot of people here in New York uncomfortable talking about all those things, especially the rich people, the wealthy people. Woo, no, they don't want that. And he also has a lot of Jewish people here uncomfortable. Not all, but some, a lot. That's the point. Real change is always controversial. Look, Jesus was controversial. Malcolm was controversial. Baldwin, controversial. Those are, you know how I feel about Baldwin and Malcolm. The truth always is controversial. Anytime you spit the truth, people don't like you. They're going to come after you, no matter what. So tomorrow's election isn't about blue versus red. It's about really whether controversy still scares us or whether we are finally ready to be challenged. Someone in the comments is asking producers to take a poll of who has voted in the thing. So let's see, we'll do that. It's whether we're finally ready to be challenged, because if we want a wave, then you better be ready to get wet. Because when you have waves, that means things are rocky. That doesn't mean smooth sailing and everything is easy. That means shit is about to get real when you have waves. And just think about it. Most of the time, if you go into the ocean, right? That's why people go to wave pools. They love it. But if you go into the ocean, the fun times, the things that you remember is like when it throws you around a little bit and you get some waves and, you're on a boogie board or whatever it is that you're on, a floaty, and you're going over the waves or you're diving into the waves. That's all fun. But, there's danger. Danger is lurking underneath the water. You don't know what's in there. You don't know if there's a crab or a shark or where the sand is or a rock. You don't know. But I know you better get ready to get wet. These pollsters are out here calling it optimism. They're saying that the country's mood is shifting, but you got to be vigilant. Optimism without vigilance. Like when I always say, you have to be willing to sacrifice something, because then it's just anesthesia, right? If you have optimism and you don't have a vigilance with it and you don't have the guts to move forward, then it's just like an anesthesia. It's just, I always tell you, comfort is poison. We've seen this movie before. Pollster said that Hillary had it in the bag. Do you guys remember? Does anybody remember election night 2016? Election night 2016 will stand out to me for many reasons. Many reasons that election night 2016 stands out for me. That was Tim and I's first date, by the way. Election night 2016, and which is interesting because I went to a watch party. The watch party, there was Martha Stewart, there was Miles Teller, there was Andrew Cuomo, there was a bunch of dignitaries, a bunch of folks who were there. And then everybody's saying, oh yeah, she's got Pennsylvania. Oh yeah, she's got this, she's got that. And we were like, oh, I was watching the CNN thing and I'm like, I got to go in early tomorrow and finish up what these guys started tonight, but she ain't got it. Oh Lord. So we left. First date. I will remember, maybe something good. Something did come out of, election night. Good out of election night 2016. At least I found someone and got married. So it's not safe, right? Remember, they said Hillary had it in the bag. They said democracy was safe. And look what happened. The bag broke. Democracy damn near fell out of it. And maybe it has. So I'm not here to celebrate early. I want to be optimistic, but I'm being cautiously optimistic. I'm here to warn you because a wave isn't magic. It's math. It's a turnout. It's bodies in motion. You got to get there. You got to do it. You have to have mass numbers of people going out who have been silenced, deciding that they have had enough. So they say voters are energized. They say that young people are coming back. I know they're coming back here in New York. They say women are furious. They're mad here in New York. They do not want Andrew Cuomo. I'm generalizing. Workers are restless. Black voters are re-engaging. I hope so. Because if that's true, then this could be a moral reset here. But if it's just talk, if it's just another wave, I don't know, a wave headline, then we're going to wake up on Wednesday with the same headaches that we have had for years. And part of the problem is that politics has turned into performance lately, right? So Winsome Sears out there doing, sermons on hate. Mikey Sherrill's trying to prove that she's tough enough for Wall Street, but soft enough for the suburbs. And then Mamdani's out here preaching policy like it's poetry. And you know what? Maybe that's exactly what we need. Somebody who still believes words mean something. Because this isn't about the left. It's not about the right. It's about the people who keep falling through the cracks while the politicians keep stepping over them like they're doing right now. People are waiting in food lines. They're out there tonight, single mothers, working 2 jobs, while candidates argue about economic freedom. They're out there, trans kids in states that call them sinners just for existing. They're out there, veterans begging for housing while the billionaires buy bunkers. And you want to talk about waves? Those are the people holding their breath underwater right now. So if tomorrow is supposed to be the comeback, can't just be symbolic. It has to be substance. Mikey Sherrill says he's going to fight for New Jersey families. That's good. Then Wall Street. Not your own conscience. Winsome Sears says that she stands for life. Good, then stand for the living, not to control women of their bodies. And Zohran Mamdani says that he's going to fight for working people. Good, then be ready for the system to fight back harder than you ever have imagined. That's the thing. People who like the status quo are going to fight you, Mamdani. You have to stand up to a whole lot of people who, like unions, are going to say, oh, you don't want to do that. You're against cops. Then we're not going to, you're against the sanitation workers. I mean, the union should like him. But you know what I'm saying? We're not going to plow the streets and boom, it's over. So you got to be ready because every one of these races is a mirror. The question is what we see when we look in that mirror. We're tired of false prophets. We're tired of candidates who speak in slogans and legislate in loopholes. Leaders who quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Sunday and then vote against justice on Monday. So this wave they keep talking about, if it's real, it won't be measured in seats or margins. It's going to be measured in conscience and whether people can finally look their children in the eyes and say, we fought for you, not for our side. Our great guests when we come back, a word from our sponsors. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know these shorter days can mess with your mood, right? Less light, colder weather, holidays coming up. It's easy to feel off balance. That's why BetterHelp wants to remind us to check in with our friends, our loved ones, and with ourselves. Therapy isn't just for crisis. It's about keeping your emotional batteries charged. I've used therapy myself, and I tell you, that first step can be the hardest, but you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. BetterHelp matches you with over 30,000 licensed therapists, all online, all from the comfort of your home. And if it's not a good fit, you can switch anytime. So don't wait. Take that step for yourself today. Visit betterhelp.com/DonLemon for 10% off of your first month. That's betterhelp.com/DonLemon. Support comes from Fatty 15. I know, Fatty 15. And this one is about healthy aging. You know how it goes. We get older, sleep isn't the same, joints ache, energy dips. I've been there. That's why I started using Fatty 15. It's the first new essential fatty acid discovered in over 90 years. It helps strengthen your cells and slows down aging at the cellular level. So Dr. Stephanie Venn Watson discovered it while helping aging dolphins live longer, healthier lives. And now over 100 studies back it up. So personally, I've noticed I sleep a little better, wake up with more energy. It's vegan, 3 times more effective than fish oil. And it comes in a gorgeous glass jar with refill packs delivered right to your door. So go to fatty, Fatty, 15.com/lemon and use the code lemon for 15% off of your 90-day starter kit. That's fatty15.com, fatty15.com/lemon, because aging well starts from the inside. Thank you. Look, it's just like fish oil. I mean, and it's actually really good. I know something called Fatty 15 that's supposed to help you lose weight. It sounds counterintuitive, but it actually does work. All right. So thank you very much for joining us. Okay. So let's bring in someone we know and we love who's a friend of the show, and that is MSNBC analyst and host of the Bulwark podcast, Mr. Tim Miller. Tim, welcome. Good evening to you. I'm so glad to have you because you're an amazing political analyst, I guess.
What up, Don? I guess. What up, Don? What up, Lemonheads? It's good to be back. It's been a minute.
How's Nolan?
We're doing our thing. It's good. It's a beautiful day here. Just took my daughter on a bike ride. That's why I'm sweatshirted for this show. We got a little over my skis on the length of the ride with her, but we got back in time for the show. Hey, everybody.
If you're gonna, if we send you some merch, will you wear it on the show?
If you send me merch, well, it depends on how good the merch is. But if it's good, if it looks cool, I'll wear it.
Sweatshirts and you wear ball caps and whatever. And one more thing, I'm going to be in New Orleans for New Year's Eve, so you should come hang out with us.
Hell yeah, I'm a strong maybe on being here for New Year's Eve. We'll talk offline. If I'm here, we'll hang out though. I'll commit to that.
All right, great. Let's talk about what's happening around the country. Where should we start? Can we start with Winsome Earl Sears?
Yeah,
and.
Sure.
Let's see some of the ads. I want to play one of the ads for you, and then we'll talk about it. Here it is. Spamberger ads tears into Winsome Earl Sears about her radicalism. Here it is.
Republican Winsome Earl Sears. And what she says about discrimination is extreme.
The Republican candidate for governor
hand-wrote a note on a bill that passed the General Assembly implying she's morally opposed to same-sex marriage.
My opponent has previously said that she does not think that gay couples should be allowed to marry. She has said that
discrimination.
My opponent has also previously said that she thinks it's okay for someone to be fired from their job for being gay. That's discrimination.
Yes, Lieutenant Governor, it is. And what you said about rights couldn't be more wrong. Winsome Earl Sears, so far right, she's wrong for Virginia.
Oh, you're muted, Don.
How the hell can you say that you are against same-sex marriage? You're discriminating against someone and say a whole group of people and say it's not discrimination.
Well, I don't know if logic is really Winsome Earl Sears' strong suit, Don. So I don't know if you can fight her arguments with logic. I'll say this: like Abigail Spamberger, who I love, is a big, very Bulwark-friendly Democrat. Really got lucky. Was gifted by her opponents. You know, sometimes in politics, it is you can get the gift of a really terrible opponent, and that benefits your campaign. And I think that both Abigail Spamberger and Zohran Mamdani, from different kind of sides of the Democratic coalition, have both benefited quite a bit from their opponents just running awful campaigns. And Winsome Earl Sears is just she was a ridiculous choice to be Glenn Youngkin's lieutenant governor. Had the Republicans run a Glenn Youngkin type of candidate, I don't know. Who knows? I think it would have been a more interesting race, at least to see kind of where a judgment of where the parties are right now. Winsome Earl Sears, look at that. And that's preposterous. In Virginia, this isn't Alabama. Like in Virginia, most of the voters in Virginia are in the D.C. and Richmond suburbs at this point. It's a crazy candidate to put up like a far right social conservative lawyer like her in that state.
It's still below the Mason-Dixon line, isn't it? I think it.
Yeah, it's below the Mason-Dixon line, but
Yeah,
That ain't the real South. I mean, there are some parts of Virginia, I guess, where maybe that dog's gonna hunt, but I don't, not in the whole state.
But she's still collecting money, and she's out there at big rallies, and she's doing okay in the polls, right?
Is she? I don't. I mean, it's mixed. I think you see Spamberger kind of between 6 and 15 up. Donald Trump's not campaigning for her, which I think is telling. Tonight, traditionally, if the president was as popular as he claims he is, if he was the mandate that he claimed he would be, you'd think on the night before the election, you'd bring in the president of the party to campaign for you. He's not doing that. And I just think it speaks to the fact that, look, I mean, obviously the MAGA folks made a lot of ground in the Rust Belt in some parts of the country, and that's a challenge to the Democrats. But in a place like Virginia with a lot of college-educated voters, like the Trump, Winsboro is like a less appealing version of Trump, because you get all the MAGA baggage, and then on top of that, you're adding in all the Christian, far-right Christian conservative baggage that just doesn't sell in a state like that.
What? I wonder why MAGA always pulls out the crazy black people. I mean, you remember the guy who said he was a black Nazi?
Oh yeah.
And then you had Herschel Walker and
Okay.
like what? Where are they? I don't know any black people like that.
They're out there, Don. I don't know. I mean, you're out there. I've seen some of your on the street interviews. Donald Trump did better with black men in particular than he has been in the past. So they're out there. But I think, man, part of it is supply and demand. I think that it's all Adam Smith. Look, I think this is true for black people, but this is true for white people too in the Republican Party. If you are looking for a rocket ship to the top of relevance,
go for it.
I mean, yeah, the MAGA place is the way to go. The bench is thin. They want to show some diversity, and I think that if you are a gay person or a black person or whatever, anything, and you say that you're fully in for MAGA, you're going to go to the top of the ticket, the top of the pile of resumes, if you will. And if
it's the shortest line to the front.
Yeah, on the Democratic side, there's a lot of, there's a lot longer bench, if you will.
Yeah, I always say if you're a black or minority or whatever, and you're on the Democratic side, there's a long list of people who are ahead of you.
Yeah.
But if you're on the Republican side or the MAGA side, it's like the short. Oh, look, see, they're just like us. Look, when I was first in prime time on CNN, people thought I was a black conservative because I was just, it's like, okay, I must remain objective, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they said, someone called me, an agent said, man, brilliant. You know what? You become a black conservative, you can write, your books will be number one. You'll be number one on the speaking circuit, your show one. I'm like, I'm gonna pass.
John, hey, you'd be in the Senate. A black gay MAGA who can speak well and can do podcasts and can do media.
Who's articulate.
Yeah, dude. You could have. I mean, you'd be right now in the cabinet. Maybe had you listened to that.
I still could, right? Don't you think? I mean, look, if Marjorie Taylor Greene can become a Democrat.
Well, here's the thing about Trump. Here's the thing about Trump, and I don't like to hand it to Trump very often, but this is one thing that he's better at than the Democrats. It is true. If right now, me and you did a bit right now where we're like, you know what, Lemonheads, we were talking offline, and we've decided that we've been watching the first 10 months of the Trump second term, and we were wrong. He's nailing it. Everything's great. Peace in our time. Like the border is closed, and we both took out red hats and put them on. We'd be invited to the White House next week. Donald Trump does not mind all that. Like he as long as you're good to him, he accepts converts. And I do think sometimes Democrats struggle with that. And in politics, addition is good. And so just as a strategic matter, whatever you think about it any other way, it is something that he I think that he does better than the other side as far as adding to his coalition is concerned.
So we're going off topic a little bit, but
Sorry,
I kind of like it. No, that's all right. I like it. Is there anything you think he's doing right?
Right now?
Yeah.
No. I mean, because here's the thing. Sometimes you'll end up in a place that like accidentally I agree with. Right. Like on Ukraine, for example, like he's come around to a closer position to where I am on Ukraine at this bit right this second. But like, is that going to last till next week? I don't know. I don't trust that. I think that in some ways the way that he's unorthodox, which is the nicest way you can call him, like probably did benefit him in some ways in the Israel Hamas dispute, for example. Right. Like he just uses non-traditional pressure points. And so maybe there's something to be said for that. But like the
But there's still
broader
no ceasefire, Tim. There's no
right,
ceasefire.
yeah, and the broader
they're
policy
firing
in the
at each
region
other.
is
Yeah.
incoherent. I mean, yeah, so I'm just like I'm grasping for things that like that's probably better than it might have been with a generic, Republican or Democratic administration. It's not fixed. It's not as good as he says it is. The other answer people always get to, whenever I go on your old boy Piers' show, he tries to get me to be like, well, the border's secure at least. And I'm like, it's actually not good. Like for me, as
it's not good that no one is coming across the border.
That's not good. That's a sign that you're in a
good
country
thing,
that nobody wants to come to, right? Like the other countries that have we're gonna have negative net migration this year. The other countries that have that are like Syria, Ukraine, Venezuela, some African countries. Like it's places with Nigeria. It's places where things aren't going well. So to me, the border isn't one. Some of those foreign policy things, I think that on balance, his foreign policy is opposite from mine. But I do think that there's something about his weird behavior that occasionally turns out to work out for him. But I still think that like on balance, it's a net negative.
Nothing.
How about you?
He's been bragging. I'm gonna get to it. I want to ask you, but because he's been bragging about what the troops in the streets are doing in DC, and it's all cleaned up, and it's what do you think?
No, I'm a nothing. Look, here's the thing. I'm not like an anti-cop person. I think that look, I lived in a very dangerous neighborhood for a while in Oakland, and I saw it for firsthand, where we could have used more cops in our neighborhood. Like, to be honest, obviously there's some bad cops out there. We need responsibility and accountability and all that. But like, I'm for that. But here's the thing. Like, if these guys wanted to clean up New Orleans and Memphis and Chicago and felt like that they needed to crack down on crime, they could pass a bill through Congress like they did in the 90s. Maybe we wouldn't have some of the racist stuff with it. That's like, we're going to fund cops. Like, we're going to put, like, in the budget that we're negotiating over right now, we're to put an extra $50 million in, and it's going to go to cities and states so they can hire more police and train them and do it the right way. Sure. Okay. I'd be for that. Sending National Guard into the streets in military fatigues and having and militarizing the cities, that costs a lot more, by the way, because we're paying for all that. We're paying for their time. We're paying for their like it's way more expensive than just hiring police. So it's inefficient. It's un-American, really, to have guys in fatigues in the streets. I think what happens if they send the guys down to New Orleans by the time you're here for New Year's, Don? What's going to happen on New Year's? It's going to be a bunch of guys in fatigues with drunk people doing selfies with them. That's not doing anything. So
a bunch of girls like bachelorette party with, hey baby, ooh, right. Man in uniform, and probably some guys too. And depends on if you go past St. Anne's.
Yeah, which side of Bourbon Street you're on. But I just so no, it's a no for me on the troops in the streets.
Okay, so my answer was so this past weekend was a big subway weekend for New York City because we had the giant Halloween. It's Halloween here. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous holiday, especially in the Village. And then you had the New York Marathon. So you couldn't get around by car pretty much. You had to go to the subway. And so I thought about it. I was like, man, it sure would be nice if there were some people in here cleaning this fucking subway. It looked like I got off, and it's not just because it was a big subway. It's just that I've spent more time in the subway than I have. I got off at Columbus Circle, which is one of the premier places. I love New York City. I don't believe that troops should be in the streets, but we need like an army to come in here and clean this fucking thing up sometimes. It's
other
bad.
countries can figure this out. I remember one of my radicalizing moments on this is I was after one of my losing campaigns. After all my campaigns lost, I went on a vacation overseas, and this time I went to Colombia. And I was in Medellin. I'm in Medellin, Colombia. Nothing against Medellin, Colombia, but it's not, it's not like one of the big, most economically vibrant places in the world. It was known for cocaine dealing up until relatively recently. Their subway is beautiful, and it's like if they can figure it out. Why? And New York's bigger, and it's all right. There's some challenges, but this is true in other cities in this country. Like if they can figure out, we should be able to figure it out. And I do think that like trying to do that instead of making excuses for it. Sure, I'm for that.
But there's a way to do it, like you said.
To do that.
You don't right. If you need help, right, you go through the proper channels, and then I'm all for that. But it literally did look like someone just took trash. As a matter of fact, I saw someone just dropping trash right in the subway and right in front of the cops. And the thing I was like, Jesus, this is crazy. But anyways. I digress. Okay, so let's get back to Winsome Earl Sears. Did you see the thing where I'm speaking? That's become a meme.
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
okay, let's play a little bit of TikTokers. A TikToker, and we'll play it for the viewers, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
It'll end up looking like that one.
Did we show her doing the thing? I'm speaking.
Which one? The Chicago mayor?
No, the one from Virginia.
I am speaking.
I am speaking. I am speaking. I am speaking.
Okay, so
Are we sure this
is
isn't
my favorite.
Sora?
This is my favorite, though. This is my favorite. Sorry,
Oh,
go ahead.
good.
Yeah.
Are we sure that isn't Sora? You saw your boys at Fox were doing that racist. They did an article on the supposedly welfare moms. It was like black ladies talking about how they wanted their snaps because they got 7 baby daddies, and it turned out that like some of them were literally AI. It was fake.
It's
It was
AI.
people making racist Sora videos. So now I'm like nervous as a journalist. I'm like, if it's a random TikTok. So they're pretty good, some of those AI videos. Sometimes you can't tell. But anyway, obviously, many of those are real people. And Winston Earl Sears deserves it. And the idea that Abigail Spanberger was like this big interrupting her that much. And she's a very mild-mannered Democrat.
Have you seen the Zohran ads? You're not here in New York.
Oh, I mean, I saw the one he aired on Fox, which I really liked. And I've seen a couple.
No. I'm talking about the ones that Cuomo did. Play the Halloween one. This one's crazy. Watch this. Andy, do we have it? There we go.
Trick or treat.
Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating?
Not according to my job resume.
And where's your costume?
Duh. I'm a socialist.
Hey, man, just one piece of candy per trick-or-treater.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to take 52%.
For what?
For the government.
You can't be serious. What's wrong with you?
Go away! Defund! This is insane.
Okay, so we'll just let it play, but not with that. Yeah, with no sound. And then this guy, the Zohran Mamdani, turns out to be Curtis Sliwa with a mask on. It just gets worse. I mean, why don't they just say he's a scary brown man? You know.
Yeah, I just don't understand the campaign Andrew Cuomo has been running. It's pretty humiliating. Frankly, obviously Zohran is not, like, some of his policies are not exactly my cup of tea, but people don't want this. Like, people don't want like this fear mongering. Certainly Democrats don't. It's not a compelling message. Like Zohran, here's why Trump was kind of Teflon, right? I hate Trump, but say what you want about him. People got a gist of what he wanted to do. Close the border, blah, blah, blah. Forgotten man. Right? Like, there are the certain things that he said he wanted to do. A lot of it was BS and snake oil. Zohran, like, people know what he wants to do. And it's not scary stuff. Maybe some of the things are misguided. And it's like doing this like 1980s fear-mongering campaign against him as for Andrew Cuomo makes no sense. Like, maybe it would have been sensible if he would have ran a campaign that's like, I actually know how to get shit done. He doesn't, I have an optimistic vision. You know what I mean? I'm a happy warrior that knows how we can make things more affordable. He's not doing that. He's doing this shit like, I don't know who's running. Roger Ailes is running his campaign or something in New York City. It's like, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Zohran was at the gay bar at 1 a.m.
Saw that. That was lighting up the gay text chains. Even though Don, now we're really gonna get off topic. But one of the things about that hurt my feelings is this going to be the video? Yeah. Look who's in the front row there. If you just really people that can have good eyes, a lot of women in the gay bars. A lot of straight women in the gay bars. It's just like we've been invaded. We've been
invaded. See the bachelorette parties with the penis straws and the veils.
A lot of women. We love you, women, but 1 a.m. is not a place for the gay bar. Is not a place for a straight woman. So that's my hot take for you. But anyway, it was cool that Zohran was there.
Yeah, I love to see you on the show. Come back early and often.
You too, man. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you. I'll see you maybe for New Year's Eve. Strong maybe. We'll talk offline.
All right. We'll stay in touch.
Tim Miller, everyone.
See you, brother.
Thanks. Take it easy. Tim Miller over at the Bulwark and also contributor for MSNBC. Good guy. I just talked to him. Didn't have anything planned. That's how I like to do with the guests. Okay. So you're gonna hear more about what's happening around the country with these races. We're gonna inform you. We're not gonna inundate you. You know what I say? Be informed without being inundated. Right after a word from our sponsors. Support for the show comes from Lean. We've all tried those diets that don't last. The fad ones, juice cleanses, the quick fixes. And what happens? The weight comes right back. Doctors call that weight cycling, and it can mess with your heart, it can mess with your liver and your metabolism over time. So lean is different, though. It is a doctor-created supplement, not a prescription shot, designed to help your body keep the weight off naturally. It supports healthy blood sugar, tamps down cravings, and helps your body burn fat for energy. So for me, it's about stability. No crash, no diets, no guilt, just balance. So if you're ready to stop the cycle and take control, visit takelean.com and use the code LEMON for 20% off. That's TAKELEAN.com, and the promo code is LEMON. Oakley dokley. So we took you to Virginia. Tim and I talked about that. Now I'm going to take you to Jersey, and we're going to talk about Abigail Spanberger over there in Jersey. Barack Obama is out campaigning. Sorry, not in Jersey. So I'm thinking Mikey Sherrill. Sorry about that. This is back. Let's go back to the other race in Virginia. Sorry about that. Barack Obama is out ripping Trump while stomping for Abigail Spanberger. Here it is.
And all the nonsense we see on the news every day, the over-the-top rhetoric, the fabricated conspiracies, the weird videos of a U.S. president with a crown on his head flying a fighter jet and dumping poop on protesting citizens, all of that is designed to distract you from the fact that your situation has not gotten better. They do it so you won't notice that while they're helping the wealthiest, most powerful people in the country consolidate more wealth and more power, your bills are still going up. And you're waiting longer at airports because there aren't enough air traffic controllers. And the program helping your kid with special needs was just gutted. So that is what's happening. And the good news is there's something you can do about it. Right here.
There you go.
Right now. Because you've got a candidate for governor who's got a track record of getting stuff done. Somebody who sees you and has been with you and knows your struggles and will fight for you every single day. Virginia, it's time to point America in a better direction by electing Abigail Spanberger as your next governor.
I wasn't going to let that play that long, but man, damn. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Read my mind. Tell me what I'm talking about. We forget, especially when you have and me, and you know who was indicted, and it was me, and it was false, and the Democrats are bad. It's like every time he says something, he's vomiting. It just vomits out of his mouth. Damn. That's when we had a real president where you, I don't care how many rallies Trump does. You know, some of it's funny or whatever. He could never. He can't do that. He cannot do that. Somebody said Gavin and Obama 2028. Now, do you think that would work? Trump could never. Do you think that could work? That would be a good ticket. As I look over in my house to see who's watching, that would be a good ticket, huh? What do you think? No, indeed. He could never do it. That's a good man, Savannah. I love you guys in the comments. Hilarious. I'm just saying. Okay, now let's go to Mikey Sherrill. This is Mikey Sherrill's closing message over in the New Jersey.
I am fighting for you. I'm fighting for affordability. I'm fighting to get your costs down. I'm declaring a state of emergency on day one, freezing utility rate hikes. I said last night, I said, you know what? I'm not playing. Right? I'm not doing a 10-year study. I'm not writing a strongly worded letter. I'm not going to convene a group. I'm declaring a state of emergency to drive your costs down. And that's just where it starts, because as I'm looking to the budget, I'm increasing that first-time home buyers program so you can get your foot in the door. Try to build your family's generational wealth. I'm taking on those landlords who are colluding to drive up your rental prices. Will my opponent do that? No. His biggest donor is one of those guys that's being investigated right now. So this is the fight. And at every single level, I have been willing to take on this fight, and I will fight anyone when it comes to fighting for the people of New Jersey. That's my commitment to you. That's my commitment to all of you. And I'm not going to quit till I'm done.
Well, yeah. That's a good closing message. Someone up there said that they're going for, they said that would be a good looking ticket if it was Gavin and Obama. I remember I worked at Fox 5 on the Upper East Side of New York. And when I remember when Clinton Gore announced the campaign, and this Wendy, I won't give her last name, was the assignment editor, and she looked around at everyone in the newsroom and she said, I know who I'm voting for. I'm going for the cute ticket. Now, that was back in the day when people thought Bill Clinton and Al Gore were cute. They were young. That was a cute ticket back in 1991, 1991, 1992. When Bill Clinton ran for president. He's the new Democrat, is what he said. And do you guys remember who he ran against? He ran against Bush 1, HW. And Ross Perot. That was a year of Ross Perot, three-way race. Anybody old enough in this group, you babies, you guys don't know. You guys are like, who? Bill Clinton? Who is that? Some people don't even know who Hillary Clinton is. Clinton was cute. Al Gore, but everyone thought Al Gore was a hottie. I'm serious. That was back in the day. Look up some pictures. Find me some pictures, producers, when they announced their campaign. Find me some pictures if you can. So let's see. New York Times, Obama. Oh, so I put that. Obama called Mamdani and gave him his support and said, if I would be a sounding board, if there's anything you want or anything you need, you can reach out to me. Yeah. So there you go. Somebody has a picture of the cute ticket. So the so-called cute ticket back in the day. Yeah. They were nerds. Look how nerdy they are. Anyways, that was Al Gore, Bill Clinton, and Al Gore. There's one more, I think, of them like walking in the but those were the days. Look at that. Man, they were so young. Amazing. Did I see something up from The View? What was that? Did I see Anna Navarro?
Yeah, that was the Whoopi auto pen thing.
Oh, let's see. This moment, I am told that I need to watch it. Are you guys ready? Here it is.
And that the other insane thing is that when people are going to go to their meetings with the judge, the meetings that they're supposed to go to, when they're listening to what the hell, what?
I love when Sonny passes notes.
We don't know if Trump used an auto pen to part. It was a joke.
Yes. We don't know if Trump used an auto pen to part.
Come on.
But we do know that he didn't know who that crypto guy was.
Well, I'm sorry. You know, the hardest thing about this job now is no one understands nuance. You know when you hear a joke, when somebody's fooling around, when they're not saying something specific, especially on this show. I'm very specific when I'm pointing stuff out. When I'm making jokes, you know when I'm making jokes. This is ridiculous.
You can't even make a joke anymore. People on TV now are so scared they're passing notes. Producers are saying, you got to correct this. They're all so worried, and all because their bosses bent the knee. Can you imagine being in an environment like that? I would have been, I would have been gone for cause. I mean, can you imagine that you can't say shit, that you can't even tell the truth, you can't even crack a joke? Like my dad would always say, baby, I was merely cracking a joke. He would get so mad at us, and because we didn't recognize his jokes. But I mean, wow. And Whoopi's a comedian, but Whoopi started as an actress. Whoopi corrected me real quick on an interview. I said, you started off in comedy. She goes, no, I started as an actress. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know that's my girl, right? Whoopi and I are friends. It's not even too many snowflakes. They're just so worried that Donald Trump is going to sue them for the smallest thing. And they get nervous about it. And the reason that it's stupid is because they set themselves up for it. The reason that they're in that position where everybody's be like, oh, what can I, is that they're the ones who bent the knee. They're not standing up against this, you-know-whatter. That's all I have to say. But you know who is standing up? This is my girl. I love her so much. I want to interview her. Excuse me. We had a lead on her, and then we lost it. But I want you to check this out. If you remember her, because she stood up and she's like, you want to come for me? Come for me. I hit hard. Play it.
Why did you go to court that day?
I came to support my friend because it was her boyfriend the incident happened to. So I just went for support because that's what we do and we love our people. Mind you, I had no idea Ice was upstairs because you didn't tell me Ice was upstairs. And then I turned the corner and I just start see these big old masks, guns. When they grab him, I just went and was like, what are you doing that for? Give him space or something they sort. So one of the officers with them, I don't know, I don't even think they're officer, they're being paid. They're not even officer because I love officers. And to me, that's not an officer because I obsessed with police officers. I just feel like it's an entity that they create for disturbance, to hurt, which is an evil entity. There's nothing positive about it. Because I honestly believe in due process, right? Because that's the Constitution. And if we're going to follow the Constitution, if a judge say, I give you until the 30th, right? No one should come and take someone off. That's kidnapping. That I believe. What got me mad, the fact that when they just grab him and then just the hands and just the fact that they had the mask on and you can't see who's talking to us. And then he's telling me, oh, if I say something, he's going to lock me up.
You can go to jail for that.
For what?
What's going on here?
I didn't touch you. And I'm like, I'm a New Yorker, but try me if you want to. This is my city. You ain't locking nobody up. No one is scared. You're not going to scare me. You're not going to scare my friend. You can scare whoever, but we're not scared because we all in it together, whether you like it or not. And I strongly believe in that. Now, when he said what he said to me, I just went off and I think I said to him, which it wasn't nice because I cried after. I'm being so honest. I said to him about, should I say?
Yes.
I was like,
Bitch, you stupid bitch. That's why you're a bunch of fucking criminals. I wish you would. I wish the fuck you would. Yes, the fuck we his family. Y'all a bunch of big pussies. Don't tell me to calm down. Who the fuck is you? We don't like none of you.
You okay?
No, how can I be okay? You okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I look like I'm okay? Don't come up in my face here because I hit hard. Fuck wrong with y'all.
Try it.
I wish you would.
Try it.
You try me and see what the fuck happened. Nigga, we angry. All of us angry out here. So don't think it's y'all alone.
Get out of here.
Who you telling get out of here? Why you telling me get out of here? You asked me a question and I'm answering you.
Get out of here. Man.
Fuck wrong with you? Oh, stupid ass bitch. That's why you gotta hide your face.
You wanna go to jail?
You told me my mother I can tell you anything.
You wanna go to
Fuck
jail?
wrong with you? You wanna hit me? Hit me, bitch. You ain't got me. Nobody's scared of you. You're a pussy ass. Come. come. I got rings on, bitch. So me and you gonna fight, you pussy bitch. You a pussy bitch. That's why your kids them don't like you, and your wife is fucking on you. That's why you gotta hide your face. My face ain't hidden, bitch. I'm American, you stupid bitch. Fuck wrong with y'all. You can take me too high. I'm Charlotte the Zodiac first. You know what to do? Tell them, no. You want me? Fuck wrong with y'all. Fuck all of you. Put that on the news. Let Trump see it.
She said you bunch of fucking racists. I love her. We must get her. It's an MUST. Okay. Someone says we need mods. I know you guys, I know it's frustrating, but sometimes I like the trolls in there because we educate them. They get mad every day when we educate them. But if it becomes overwhelming, let me know. Let me know, and I'll get some more mods up in here. We'll get some more mods up in here. I know that wasn't whatchamacallit, but you know who I saw the other night at a restaurant was so cool was 50 Cent. He was such a cool guy. Wasn't he, Tim? Who? 50 Cent. Yeah. At the restaurant. 50 was there having dinner with Ari Melber and some other people and who was like in the music business. It was great. Anyways, okay. Yeah, we do. We need her in Congress. So if you want to know anything about the show, go to donlemon.com. There it is. All the information you need. And guys, become a member. That's how we stay viable out here. That's what we do. That's it. We don't have the big contracts. We rely on having sponsors. We rely on having advertisers. We rely on your memberships and also on you becoming a subscriber. It is really important that you do that. Okay. So make sure you're a subscriber. And then I hope that you are informed right now. So here's what you do. I want you to be informed without being inundated. I'm so glad that you guys joined us today. I'm so glad that Tim Miller is a great conversation with Tim. Also, I'm working on something for New Year's Eve. That's a little secret. So I'm working almost there where it'll be official. Okay. Because I don't know if you guys would tune in. I'm not going to do it if you're not going to tune in. I'm not going to do it. Unless you promise me you're going to tune in. If you promise me you're going to tune in for New Year's Eve, then I'm going to go ham. You know, it's going to be crazy, right? Yes. Okay. Start a movement. Okay. So if you click on, you can see YouTube, whatever, you can follow us and you can also become a member and subscribe. And also our merch store. Check out our merch. We don't have any merch picks, right?
No, not tonight.
If you go to merch right there on the donlemon.com, you can get some of our merch. We have some new stuff coming on. I have some new. Oh, there it is. See the new sweat? Click on it, Andy. You see that? First one. Look at that.
Yeah.
And I think there may be different color, the hoodie. Let's see. Are there any other colors or is it just that? I think there's a red. Yeah, there we go. And then look, this color. I love. Look at that. Boom. Woo. That's going to be hot with this. Can you imagine that hat? That with this? Fire. That is fire. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to start wearing my stuff everywhere. Our merch is so cool, guys. Look at that. Isn't that great? I would wear that everywhere. And the red one, let me see the red. Go back, Andy. I wonder how it would look black with yellow letters. No, a black hoodie with yellow letters. That's good. Now that I like that. Let me see the blue one. No, the other way. With the blue letters. Yeah, that's good too. Yes. Don't play with us. Okay, I'm not playing with you. I'm working on something for New Year's Eve. We'll see if we can make it work. Okay, so anyways, I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time for Hot Topics, okay? In the meantime, check on your neighbors. Go check on people. Make sure that they have food. Make sure that they are able to pay their bills and heat and all of that stuff. And their kids are okay. Just check on each other. Be in communion and love each other, okay? By the way, right now we're going to a private. This is our members-only stream. If you're a member, you're at a certain tier. If you're a lemon head or a lemon legend, we have a private stream coming up right now where we're going to talk about everybody. We're going to talk some shit, okay? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Turn the TV off. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next.